In the heart of the English countryside, Rango wandered alone through a road swallowed by mist. The silence was suffocating, broken only by the call of distant crows. Ahead stood a broken sign, its words carved deep, "Welcome to Hollowstead Population Zero." It was not a welcome, but a warning, and yet Rango stepped forward. As the fog thickened, Rango entered Hollowstead. Wooden houses leaned with age, their windows shattered yet glowing faintly with flickering lamps. A rocking chair creaked gently on a porch, but no hands pushed it. Every corner held the feeling of lives once lived and something watching. From within, the deeper Rango walked, the heavier the fog pressed against him. It wasn't just air, it carried whispers. Voices brushed his ears, faint but clear. And then, one word cut through the mist. Like a blade, his name. Someone or something was calling for Rango. A child's wooden doll lay abandoned in the dirt road, its painted eyes staring blankly. Rango bent to lift it, but the moment his fingers touched the toy, laughter erupted around him. High-pitched, playful, and chilling. He spun in every direction, yet the streets remained empty. Inside a crumbling house, dust coated the walls, but a grandfather clock still ticked. Its hands, however, refused to move. The air felt heavy, as though the room itself was holding its breath. Rango sensed eyes in the shadows and blinking, watching, waiting. From somewhere beyond the fog, a bell tolled. Its sound cracked the silence, pulling Rango toward a ruined church. The doors groaned as he pushed them open, revealing pews lined with dust. Yet, at the altar, fresh candles flickered. Who lit them in a village long abandoned? Through the shifting fog, shapes filled the pews, dozens of figures, seated as if in eternal prayer. They had no faces, only smooth, pale voids where eyes and mouths should be. Rango froze, but in the blink of an eye, they were gone. Only the whispers remained, circling him like a storm. A single shadow detached itself from the mist, taller than the rest. It drifted forward, silent, yet heavy with intent. Where its face should have been was only darkness. Then its mouth opened wide, releasing the laughter of a child. The sound echoed through the church like a cruel memory. Rango ran, his heart hammering, streets twisted and blurred. Yet every path brought him back to the same cursed sign, "Welcome to Hollowstead," again and again. No matter which way he turned, it was no village, it was a trap. He rushed into another house, but something was wrong. Rooms shifted behind him. Doors led to endless halls. In a cracked mirror, he expected to see his reflection. Instead, a darker version of himself stared back, its eyes black, its smile unhuman. The village library stood untouched, shelves stacked with endless books. Rango pulled one open. Every page was filled with the same word, his own name scribbled in 1,000 hands. The air trembled as whispers rose, each voice repeating him, calling him, drowning him. In the center of Hollowstead, an ancient well waited. From its depths came the faint sound of children crying. Rango leaned closer, the sorrow cutting into him, but when he peered inside, only a surge of thick, cold fog rose up, wrapping around his face like claws. Above him, the broken clock tower struck midnight. Once, twice, thrice. The sound repeated endlessly, never moving forward. Time itself was broken in Hollowstead. The village was not just forgotten, it was forever. The mist thickened until it pulsed like a living thing. It formed limbs, heads, bodies, each faceless and reaching. They circled Rango, stepping closer whenever he blinked. Their silence was more terrifying than screams, because the fog didn't want to scare him, it wanted to claim him. In an abandoned inn, a diary lay open on a dusty table. The words inside were desperate, shaky. "No one leaves Hollowstead. We become the mist." The ink trailed off into scratches, as though the writer had been pulled away mid-sentence. Rango's hands trembled as he dropped the book. Drawn back unwillingly, Rango found himself once more at the church. But this time the pews were filled. The faceless congregation sat in silence, heads turning toward him in unison. The fog crept in through every crack, sealing him inside. From the altar, a voice rose, a child's voice, soft, melodic, and wrong. "Stay with us." The sound echoed against the stone walls. The faceless congregation leaned forward, and the fog slithered across the floor. coiling around Rango's legs. He broke free and ran, faster than ever before. The edge of the village appeared. Hope surged through him, but as he crossed the line, the road curved back into Hollowstead. The village did not let go. The fog thickened until breathing became impossible. Rango's body grew heavy. His hands turned to mist, his breath dissolving into the air. Whispers filled his head, voices of countless souls before him, now joined by his own. His scream vanished into the fog, absorbed, forgotten, yet eternal. The village fell silent once again, waiting for the next traveler. And when the fog shifted, a new whisper carried through. Rango's voice, trapped, calling out to the living. Hollowstead had claimed another, and the fog was hungrier than ever.